Hi there, welcome to my little breaking news for you from Tigray, where reports are coming in about first collision between military and Getachew Reda supporters. This is what we have been warning against, that it could happen, and if it starts, if it escalates, it could lead to the start of an internal armed conflict. So, what happened? Where did the two parties collide? Were Getachew supporters armed or not? What happened? I have two clips for you from the area where this incident happened. First, we know that today the Bredsian group flexed its political muscles. It protested in different parts of Tigray, Makale, Shere, Shiraro, in several other towns and cities. The Bredsian supporters took to the streets. Getachew supporters did not protest in Makale, but in other parts of Tigray, they did protest with. They protested in Atagarat, they protested in Vakro, in Koram, in Ofala, in some other parts as well, which are in southern, southeastern, eastern parts of Tigray. But they did not try to protest in Makale. That could have led to direct collision between Getachew supporters and Debretsian supporters. The incident of collision between Getachew supporters and military happened in Vakro town. Vakro town is situated around 50 kilometers away from Makale. To the north of Makale, the town is situated 50 kilometers away. In Makale, Debrecen supporters held a demonstration. In Vakro, Getachew supporters gathered this morning, youths mostly. You would see that in Getachew support protests, there are majority of people from the youth community. They gathered in Vakro town, they chanted slogans opposing war, calling for return of IDPs, etc. To disperse the protest, local militia chief and an army commander arrived. In two vehicles, local militia and army soldiers arrived at the spot where Getachew supporters were protesting. And they tried to disperse the protest. The protesters refused to be dispersed. That led to start of exchange of hot words between the two sides. Getachew supporters say that militia is under military as well. The militia is operating, they're under military. We can call it military versus Getachew supporters. The soldiers opened fire, reportedly aerial firing. They did not directly hit the protesters, but they fired in the air to disperse the people. They beat the protesters too, and they detained, I think, around five protesters who were taken to a nearby police station. They were tortured, and from there, in the spot, they were taken to the police station. The protest was dispersed reportedly. So this is first clash, confirmed clash between military and Getachew supporters. Now, Getachew supporters were not armed. They did not fire back. Military must be very, very careful. Had Getachew supporters been armed, had they fired back, that could have led to the start of armed confrontation between the two sides, which no one can afford in Tigray to start now. In this part of Tigray, in Vakro, we have not seen protests by armed Getachew supporters, but in southern Tigray, in Alaje, we saw yesterday Getachew supporters armed, whether local militias or whoever they were, but they were armed. If security forces continue harassing protesters or continue confronting protesters, protesters could take up arms. And these protesters are not just ordinary civilians. Some of them fought during Tigray war. They are war veterans. They know how to operate weapons. They know how military operates. They know how to fight. Military militias should be very careful. Again, I'm saying, because the way military try to use force today in Vakro shouldn't have happened, because it could spark a conflict between military and the youths of Tigray. The arrested youths are still in custody. Before I started recording this video, I tried to contact a few people. I couldn't confirm the release of the youths in Vakro town. I think military is not taking action on Getachew supporters in the areas where Getachew supporters are strong. But where they're a minority, their military is trying to take control. They're trying to crush the protests. Overall, not a good sign for peace and stability. Interestingly, federal government is still silent. Almost around 72 hours have passed since the start of this conflict in Tigray. Federal government is nowhere to be seen. Military banned protests. Getachew supporters protesting. Western group protesting. Military announced yesterday it will take decisive action. Which action, no one knows. Getachew supporters say, we'll fight you however you want us to fight. Wherever you want us to fight, we'll fight. It means Getachew group says that if government uses force, they'll respond. They won't just die silently. They won't let the government to be removed. Government of Getachew. The alarming developments in Tigray. Watch two clips from Vakro town showing the confrontation between military and Vakro youth supporting Getachew Reda. Thank you for watching.
سنة سرعات سنة سرعات سنة سرعات بزوان سوات سنة سرعات سنة سرعات سنة سرعات سنة سرعات سنة سرعات بقى عين عوسان عين عكاسان سرعات زايس